this excellent motion to the House. I do note with some disappointment that the member for Cottesloe isn't here because I think that he has a particular interest in women's fashion, so that's quite disappointing, I have to say. I think it's a wonderful motion because, as certain comments made in this place are made, it does make us see that we sometimes forget and undervalue some of our really significant and important creative industries and the contribution they make to the state economy, the national economy and the global economy. And a significant player in that is obviously our fashion designers and our fashion industry and our fashion manufacturers. Little known fact about me is that one of my earlier career aspirations was to be a fashion designer, and I used to spend a lot of time drawing and designing clothes, and I even had the wonderful opportunity of doing work experience at the Sanctuary in Nedlands, which was the wonderful West Australian fashion designer Liz Davenport. So in her down in her sanctuary on Nedlands, I got to watch as she designed and created clothes, and I saw the whole process right through to parades and sales and wholesale, and it was a really fascinating and, I'll have to say, even quite intimidating industry. So it's really nice to see it being brought out in the open and discussed in this way, because so much goes into it behind the scenes, and it's really quite an exciting industry. It also, that experience that I had as part of my own work experience just gave me pause to reflect on the significance of the Year 9 Career Taster program that has been introduced by Minister Sue Ellery and the McGowan government. It's really important. It gets our young people career curious and gets them really thinking about what the possibilities are out there for them. And fashion is most certainly one of those, the fashion industry, focus on the word industry. I also will note that we have some fantastic institutions in Western Australia to deliver and train people in those industries. Both South Metro TAFE, that Bentley campus, has been delivering that excellent quality training for potential designers and manufacturers and people who want to be involved in the marketing and sales of fashion. And they've been doing that very successfully for a good many years, as has North Metro TAFE here in Perth. I should also thank the Honourable Ayo McCourt-Chuot for bringing in some beautiful clothes by Perth designer based in Fremantle, 33 Poets, Rebecca Patterson. She's lent us all some beautiful clothes today, and we're all dressed in it. Probably what you can see above the desk doesn't really do justice to these beautiful textiles, which are works of art that the designer has very generously allowed us to borrow to wear today. But I'm going to be, being a regional member, I'm going to be talking today about a regional designer and manufacturer, because it also gives me pause to note today that the Minister Cook's announcement today about the WA Buy Local policy and that real focus on making sure that we invest our money locally and keep that regional and local economy really robust, and that we all look at what's available locally and make sure that we invest our money in those wonderful local producers that we have. A great example of that in the fashion industry is a woman by the name of Gabrielle Woodhams, and if her name sounds slightly familiar, it's because perhaps her former partner, Grant Woodhams, I've just announced that your marriage is over. I assure you it's not. For a former Member of Parliament, Grant Woodhams, and I'm still happily married, I apologise, to Gabrielle Woodhams, the designer and manufacturer of a beautiful fashion label based in Geraldton in the Midwest called Mixing 4. Gabrielle makes exclusively linen clothing, bespoke, handmade for her clients. So Mixing 4, because it provides 4 key pieces, which I know is also a nice connection to Liz Davenport, because that was part of her fashion philosophy as well. So she's known in Geraldton as the linen goddess, because she produces these stunning linen pieces that are made to order to the measurements and the shape and size and the requests of the clients that engage with her. It's very much focused on this idea of slow fashion. That idea of putting quality and creativity and genuine heart and soul into the products that are produced, and that is something that Gabrielle Woodhams of Mixing For does exceptionally well. She does beautiful pieces. I had the opportunity to attend a gallery opening for the Midwest Art Prize, and one of the artists there is a friend of Gabrielle Woodhams. So Gabrielle just whipped her up this beautiful linen dress. It was a gown. Dress doesn't really do it justice, that she had opportunity to wear around on the night. And I cannot speak highly enough of these stunning pieces that Gabrielle creates. She's very much about this ethically driven, produced product, educating the community about this concept of slow fashion. We know there are some issues in the global fashion industry and this fast fashion and that consumption, and being one of the largest contributors. And it's a shame that the Honourable Brad Pettit is out on urgent parliamentary business, because the fashion industry is one that contributes to part of our global warming and that global waste problem that we have. And Gabrielle Woodhams Mixing For is the antithesis of that. She's all about producing quality pieces that are designed to last a lifetime and that will stand the test of time. And so I really encourage people to have a look at her work and support regional producers of fashion. Keep your eyes open. There's lots of people out there in the regions creating beautiful textiles and handmade textiles and using natural bush flowers and plants to colour those textiles, and they're all around. So I do encourage people to support the local fashion industry and also to keep your eyes open for what is out there and perhaps look at investing in quality and slow fashion over the fast fashion. And I do thank the Honourable Ayor Makur-Chuot for allowing me to speak on that. Thank you.
Members, I give the call to the Honourable Stephen Pratt. I'm sorry.